So here we are on Meridian and Graber. There's the house we just looked at. Pretty solid condition. I like that garage, obviously. I like the garage. Just going to do a quick drive around in the neighborhood here, if my phone mount will let me. It does not like being sideways like this, but we'll get done what we can. Anyway, you can kind of see the neighborhood's actually pretty decent. This is just directly north of our neighborhood. It's basically right across 31st Street. See, most of the houses over here are pretty well kept up. They're all older. It's an older neighborhood, just like ours was. That house is a little more solid than ours is. Some of the cosmetics of it are a little rough, but they're not bad. Here's 27th Street. Oh yeah. Here we are on Bennett. We'll turn down here and go one street over like this. Again, you can kind of see the houses are in decent shape. The yard's pretty well kept. The cars are mostly newer-ish, and if they're not, they look clean. People take care of their stuff over here, so you got decent folks. Here's 29th Street. I'm gonna go ahead and turn back towards that house. My biggest problem with it is it's on the corner. The other things I think are going to be expenses right up front, because that fence around the backyard all the way around looks pretty rough, and then that water heater, or the water heater looked fine. The air conditioner and furnace, they look like they need to be replaced. The place is running some pretty good specials on brand new setup right now, so. But still, you're looking at another expense. That on a house that's going for that much. My understanding is, and here's kind of another point we'll look at real quick. This is right across the way. These apartments are part of my ring neighborhood. They're not too bad. There's some Section 8 type living going on in here. There's Wildwood. There's the house again, right there on the corner. We'll go through here real quick. But there's not a lot of stuff goes on over in these apartments. And you can see they're kind of taking care of these a little bit better. There's some stuff about them that looks kind of sketch, but they're not bad. Wildwood Park over here. You're also real close to Osage Park, which is the one in our neighborhood. So, again, the cars in here are, not too old, not too young, but they're in decent shape. People here are kind of taking care of their stuff a little bit better. We don't see a lot of problems on the Ring app with this neighborhood down in this area, so I really don't think this is that big of a deal. I really don't like being that close to a major street. That's my big thing. And then, like I say, with that house is the fence and the furnace, which I think the air conditioner's keeping up with that house just fine. I wouldn't have a problem with that per se. I'm gonna see if I can scoot across the thing here. Yes, I can. So this is one street over. This is one street north of Graber. I think that's how you pronounce that, Graber. Anyway. Again, these houses are in pretty decent decent shape. There's another one for sale, and it's with Berkshire Hathaway. And it's got a good garage out back, too. John Downing. That's pretty good. 2221. Right off of Everett. And 27th. Everett and 27th. 2221 27th Street. I want to check that one out. It's listed. It's listed with his company. We just turned here. What do you... Oh, I'm pushing buttons on accident. So, anyway, this is Bond. Glen is coming up, which is, yeah, because here's Hiram. Again, you see these houses are pretty decent. This is a big church with its own school. It's like a private school. Here's Euclid. At this stop sign, if I turn left, I go directly north on Glen to Pawnee. There's the junior high schools up there. And then this is the way I brought Becca home the whole time she was going there. So anyway, there you go. This is the canal. You're familiar with this canal. Down where those cars are crossing the street, that's 31st. And then straight down from that's the house. So again, decent neighborhood. It's not great. It's not terrible. It's decent. It's mostly middle class working folk and factory worker type stuff. Pretty clean. We do have our problems through here. I see people breaking in at cars and all that, but if like that, you've got a garage there you can pull into. You know, my biggest problem would be having to pull out onto a main street, but you know, it's 1:45 in the afternoon. You saw how busy it was in the call. So anyway, I'm going to turn on 30th here, and we will go up Euclid. This is kind of still some of the same neighborhood. I like this neighborhood a lot better than that last one we did. Last one's not terrible either, but it's I see a lot more stuff going on over there than on the than on the app. Some of these houses are a little bit bigger too. I don't know how much you can see there if I'm doing this right or... why I came up Hiram instead of Euclid. Hiram borders Osage Park, so we got a couple of major parks real close. I say these houses are pretty decent. I like them. Pretty quiet neighborhood. It's all right. Oh, it's almost time to go get Ben. All right, I will go home and edit this up and post it, and then I'm gonna go get Ben. So a little bit shorter video this time, but Tabitha can tell you a little more about the neighborhood here if you want to talk to her. She, you know, or you know, either I don't need to show too much of it. We live here. They say you're less than a half a mile away from the house, so you're less than a mile for sure. Maybe a little more than a half, but it's right around a half mile. So, alrighty, that's the end of that. I'll talk to you later.